So are you thinking of moving to Sacramento County, but not sure which suburb fits your vibe? Maybe you're checking out Folsom, Elk Grove, or maybe somewhere a little further out like Rancho Murieta. This is your ultimate Sacramento suburb map tour. Now today, I'm not using any bias. In fact, I used niche.com, niche, to keep things fair and unbiased, and they've ranked the top 6 suburbs to live in around Sacramento County. And as a bonus, stay tuned at the end. I'll add another area that didn't make the list, but I hear a lot about. So in this map tour, we're going to zoom into each suburb. We're going to talk about the downtowns if they have one, the shopping, the schools, the parks, and the neighborhoods. And I'll sprinkle in some B-roll to make sure we get a feel of what the place is like. And I'll also share the history, some of the lifestyle, and what's coming next for these communities to help you picture living here. Hey, what's going on? Thanks so much for dropping by our channel. My name is Jake DeRosa with the DeRosa Real Estate Team. Now, as a resident here of 49 years and a broker for 23, we've helped so many people buy and sell into and out of the area, and we love our community. So if you like the information we're bringing, drop us a like, throw us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you keep in the loop of what's coming next. And as always, drop a comment, ask a question. I'm here to help. With that being said, let's jump into the topic. Okay, so we're going to kick off this map tour here with Sacramento County's top 6 suburbs, working backwards from number 6 to number 1 based on niche.com's 2025 rankings. Not my rankings, Niche's rankings. So coming at number 6 is La Riviera, College Glen, and that Largemont area. And this actually has a personal feel to me because I grew up there. In fact, I learned how to swim there at Oakey Park. I actually broke my first bone. I broke my arm wrestling up the street, across the street at the local school. And it's a cozy, budget-friendly suburb tucked just east of downtown Sacramento, and it's a mix of suburban calm with the city proximity for people who need to get there. And some statistics about La Riviera: it's about 1.9 square miles with a 2025 population of roughly 11,860 folks, growing annually at 0.6%. Now, the median home prices here through September are around $470,000, which makes it one of the more accessible entry points to Sacramento County compared to pricier spots like Folsom, Gold River, things like that. Now, historically, La Riviera grew up in the 50s and 60s, so you're going to find older homes here, homes that have been re-renovated, sometimes homes that haven't. Now, this was a bedroom community for Sacramento workers, think state workers, think people in the job trades out there, and it still has some mid-century homes sprinkled in there, which is really cool, especially for those mid-century fans. Now, La Riviera stretches here. Then you have the College Glen area. There's Largemont right here. So Glenbrook, I mean, there's a lot of different areas. Now, where I grew up myself is right here on Belmar Street. This is the school I broke my arm at. And one of the things that's good about this area is proximity. So you got first off, a lot of parks. You got Oakey Park, you got dog parks, you've got the river access, College Glen Little League. I played Little League there. You have some restaurants over here just east of Watt Avenue. And then you cruise over here all the way down here. You're in La Riviera still, and it kind of ends off if you follow La Riviera Drive right here when it hits Folsom. Personally, I prefer west of Watt Avenue, so I still consider this the La Riv area. And one of the cool things is the central location. So you've got Howe Avenue over here to the left, super quick access to 50. You've got Watt, same situation over here to the east. As far as central location, as you cruise up here, up Howe Avenue, you've got shopping. One of my favorite sushi places is right in here. It's Miyagi Sushi. You've got the Loman's Plaza here, a lot of food places in this area. And as you cruise up, you're going to have Cal Expo. Here's the racing racetrack. I like to go there. It's a pretty fun thing when the fair comes to town. You've got Nordstrom Rack. You've got the theaters over here in Arden, and a lot of access there. And then also to your super close Sac State. So Sac State's going to be over here, my alma mater. Put your stinger up, and you've got the Sac State, California State University, and it's literally just 5 to 10 minutes from this area. Now, from a perspective of opportunity, it's for those looking to build their portfolio. This is always an area that has demand for rents. So if you're an investor looking to pick up some properties, or maybe you get your entry point here, you upgrade later down the road, and you're now have a rental property, that's always gonna have demand. The cool part about this is you got the American River here. I mean, it's 32 miles of trails for biking, running, kayaking, and fishing spots like Paradise Beach or Watt Avenue. And it's a cool spot year round. In addition, Glenbrook, River Park, College Greens. River Park is down the street, and they feature 1960s, 70s ranch style homes with larger lots. So larger yards, perfect for, families and people who want more space. The schools fall under the Sac City Unified School District with Encina Preparatory High and Rio American High. So those are some of your schools that you're looking at. But overall, I'm kind of biased, I guess, if you would. I grew up here. I like it. It's a good little area. So La Riviera coming in at number 6. All right, at number 5, we have Fair Oaks. Now, Fair Oaks is, I'm biased, I live there myself. I absolutely love Fair Oaks. It's a small suburb, small town feel, quirky traditions, the chickens that roam around downtown. It's even on Sunrise in Fair Oaks, you've got a mural now of the chickens. So definitely a really cool area. So to give you some stats about Fair Oaks, it's about 11 square miles. Let me show you this here. So if we're in La Riviera here on the map, let me pull the map up here. If we go from La Riviera, you can see it's east. So it ends up northeast, about 11 square miles. As of 2025, a population of around 32,000. Median home prices are going to be about 615,000, so higher than it was in La Riviera. And Fair Oaks just, gosh, it retains a rustic charm while still offering modern amenities. I mean, I love Fair Oaks for the fact that you get larger lots, you get more unique properties. You can go from a 1950s ranch home to down the street having a newer custom estate. So really cool. And the star of Fair Oaks, one of my favorite places to go is Fair Oaks, the historic Fair Oaks Village. So down there, you're going to find boutique shops, cafes like Sunflower Drive-In for plant-based food. I'm not a huge vegan or anything like that, but their food is absolutely incredible. You got Fair Oaks Brew Pub, which has really good food. They have like trivia nights. And then you have a lot of up and coming areas too. So you got the Slocum House, which is coming back. They're working on that currently. I'm not sure what that's going to be. You also have another brewery going downtown, which is going to have a rooftop bar. So really cool projects. And then also, if we're talking about downtown Fair Oaks, let's show you where that is first off. So you cruise in here. It's going to be off Winding and Sunrise. So because you're going to see, here's going to be Shangri-La. Love that place. You got Brahma over here. They just put in Old Soul Brewing Company right here off the corner. You got the Fair Oaks Coffee and House and Deli. And one of the biggest projects that's taken quite a while has been this theater park situation happening here. So you can see it here. It comes all the way around. It's a massive project. This used to be just grass. They would have concerts out here, things like that in this grassy area. But if you look here, they have literally built a community center. They now have a, you can see the seating here for the stage. So they have a whole theater here. They have kids playgrounds. This is a little bit older. It's almost completely finished. I was just out there the other day. You've got the community clubhouse. So there's gonna be a lot of activities there, and just a really cool addition to the downtown Fair Oaks. So you got downtown Fair Oaks, which is a beautiful place. One of my favorite parks to go to is over here called Bannister. I live right down the street. You get access right to the American River. There's a ton of areas here. You got the Northridge Country Club, which is a great country club, whether social or you like golfing. To get to the more shopping, you got like Lowe's up here, Best Buy. I was just at Best Buy today, Target, Trader Joe's. Shopping wise, over here, you've got a Rayleigh's. This is where I usually shop. So if you ever see me out there, say what's up. And then you also have it over here. You got Fair Oaks Boulevard here. You got it's interesting. This is going to be an interesting project. This is the Sunrise Mall. Who knows what's going to be built there? There's been a lot of plans and talk and things for quite a while. Nothing's necessarily happened. And then you have down here, you got Phoenix Park, really cool park. You've got skate parks. You've got just a huge area, dog parks, places like that. And so you have a mix of everything depending on what you really, really want. In fact, so this is part of the San Juan Unified School District. Some of the schools here is going to be one, Bella Vista, which is a highly rated high school. You've got some other schools as well. Oh, here's Sailor Bar Park. I personally go down here in the mornings when steelhead season's in play, and I come and fish this American River. So one of the other places here in downtown Fair Oaks, that's a big draw, is this Fair Oaks Bridge. You can see here it comes down Bridge Street. It was actually associated with the gold rush years and years ago. So it's the Fair Oaks Bridge. It gives you access across the bridge. It's a pedestrian trail. And then one of the other things I really love, because all this American River, there's so much beauty here, is down off of Hazel, you've got the Aquatic Center, which is super close. You got the Sacramento State Aquatic Center. You can rent kayaks, you can rent paddle boards or paddle boats out of here. You can do all kinds of stuff, and they have a water park playground type situation here. And one of my favorite places to go is called the Nimbus Overlook. I don't think a lot of people know about it, but you can see here, let's go like this. Right here, you've got incredible views. I'll come down here, I'll sit, throw a chair out, read a book, something like that. You got McCooney's over here. A lot of food, a lot of different places. Phoenix Park's going to be a little bit newer homes, not your 1960s ranches, but more of more newer properties out here. So the one thing I love about Fair Oaks is they have a lot of events. So we just had the Chicken Festival. Actually, it's happening today. They have live music, chicken themed contests, and it draws thousands. They have, and this is at the Fair Oaks Park, they have the Easter egg extravaganza, which draws, again, thousands of people. So it's a really tight-knit community. Neighborhoods include places like Phoenix Fields, Fair Oaks Hills, Rollingwood. Then you have the old Fair Oaks Village. And the older places are 50, 60 ranch homes. You got custom builds. You also got newer estates. And again, like I said, the uniqueness of Fair Oaks is what makes me love it. And you got Bella Vista High School, which is an 8 out of 10. You got places like Pershing Elementary. Some of the pros, I mean, I just went over all the pros. Maybe some cons is the suburban sprawl. I mean, you're still not that far from everywhere. 20 minutes to downtown Sacramento, depending on traffic via I-80 or Highway 50, 30 minutes to the airport. I've been there plenty of times, 15 minutes to Roseville. So Fair Oaks is really perfect for people looking for that outdoors situation, as well as beautiful homes. Really, I mean, love that area out there. So tell me what you think about Fair Oaks coming in at number 5. Should it be ranked higher, or should it be ranked lower? Speaking of higher, Make sure you don't forget to pick up our Sacramento information guide. Link is down below, so grab it, check it out. It's free 99. And if you need more information about these areas, just shoot me a call, shoot me a text, 916-402-5786. I am one of those people who answers their phone and responds to text, so drop me a line. And let's get back into things here. All right, so number 4 is Elk Grove. It's actually one of Sacramento County's fastest growing suburbs, known for its diverse family focus, diverse community, and it has a ton of booming development. So Elk Grove is larger than both Fair Oaks and La Riviera combined. It's 42 square miles with a 2025 population of about 180,000 folks, growing at 0.35% annually, as a lot of people are going out that way. So median home prices around 633,000 as of September 2025, and originally a 19th century stagecoach stop. Elk Grove transitioned from dairy farms to a modern suburb. So I actually used to work at the grocery store. I still remember when I was a bagger at Lucky's. There are no Lucky's around, and it was literally 2 stores on Elk Grove Boulevard. There was the pizza place where everyone went. There was no stoplights. It was stop signs. Very small, very small. So let's jump in and show you where this is at. Way south. So definitely a different area. You got Laguna West over here. You got Sheldon. You start getting almost into this Wilton area over here. Starting off, you've got the old Fair Oaks. They do have an older downtown area. A lot of growth happening over here. Let me see if I can dial in. Elk Grove Boulevard. The older area is going to kind of fall into here. You've got some, there's Joseph Kerr. That's actually where I went to middle school. You have Elk Grove High coming down here. I went to somewhere else. I went to Florin High School. And then you're going to start getting into this older Elk Grove area. Just older homes. You have some cool little restaurants. Here's Starbucks getting into the newer area. You got Bel Air as you hit this area over here. Let's see here. This would probably be the older Elk Grove area. And then also from a homes perspective, the older Elk Grove area as far as the homes go. You've got Bond. This is going to be your older Elk Grove area right in here. So you got Lujan Drive. Terra Linda. So I still remember running around these areas. And you got McKee Elementary School. A lot of friends that went there. So down in Elk Grove, the old Elk Grove, you've got Victorian area buildings in some of these streets. It's a mixed bag. You got Boulevard Bistro, California Cuisine. You got Old Town Pizza. That's the pizza place I was talking about. Events down there. You got weekly farmers markets, street fairs. And for daily shopping, you got a lot of places that are going to be down in the newer part of Elk Grove across this 99. Like I showed you over here, you've got Bel Air over here. But if you come over this way, you're going to have a lot more different places. You've got the movie theater, and then this gets into that Laguna part of Elk Grove. You got Target, you got Sprouts, you got pretty much everything. You got Best Buy. Now you're hitting over here into Laguna Creek Sports Club. You got the Valley High Country Club, and then you even go further. You've got these Laguna West with the man-made lakes. They got some really cool properties in there. So you can see Home Depot's over here. So for shopping, you got Walmart. I mean, you kind of got everything. This area over here is where the car places are. You got BJ's Brew House, McCooney's, Faux Lotus. I mean, just a lot of different restaurants. Very, very diverse. Elk Grove Unified School District is among California's best, with schools like Elk Grove High, Franklin High, Pleasant Grove, all up in that 8-9 rankings, and they're great in athletics, career tech programs. Elk Grove Regional Park has a really cool area as well. If you cruise back over here into the older part, you can see it is massive. This is Elk Grove Park. You got fishing out of here. You can fish the little lakes here. Here is Elk Grove High School. This was the only high school around back when I was in the 90s. So you can see pretty much, if I were to like square this off, you'd probably end right here in this area. You come down Elk Grove, and this was all being built. So it was literally this big, very small. So huge amount of growth that's happened. You got a sports park, that Bartholomew. You got Sheldon Woods, neighborhoods like Laguna West, Waterman 80, Camden Park, and they all range from super low starter homes in the fours, that would be in the older Elk Grove area, to estates over 1 million. So really a lot of top schools, diversity in space. What you're seeing cons, increasing traffic from growth. Future developments include some stuff like tech hubs, new parks, and there's transit expansions coming by 2030 from a commute standpoint. And one of that transit is you've seen me talk about it before, it's the Grant Line expansion down there. Commutes 2020, I wouldn't say it was that. If you're in traffic, it could be 30 to 45 to 60 minutes to downtown, or you could take 35 minutes to the probably 45 minutes to the airport. Rancho Cordova's hub there, you're about 30 from there. So depending on which way you've gone and which way you go will determine the length of commuting. So traffic can get pretty brutal down here. I'm not gonna, 99 coming into downtown, definitely can get brutal. You can also go I-5, which is over here. This is gonna be closer to your Laguna West. So depending on what area you pick, you got choices as far as travel. And then here is to give you an idea, perspective wise, here is Elk Grove, there is downtown Sacramento. So it really just depends on where it works. I have a lot of people that I know out there, a lot of people who love Elk Grove, a lot of people who have seen Elk Grove change. So coming in at number 4 is Elk Grove. Let me know your thoughts. Does it deserve number 4? Or do you think it needs to be somewhere else? All right, so coming in at number 3 is Rancho Murieta. Again, niche.com. I always call it niche. I don't know if it's niche, but niche.com is ranking Rancho Murieta as number 3. So Rancho Murieta is a gated upscale community with a super rural vibe. It was kind of intended and built to be a resort style community. It's about 12 square miles with a population of about 50, let's call it 5,800. And it's been growing at 0.35% annually. Median home prices out here are about $620,000, and it can get pricier depending on the home and the area. And kind of like I was sharing, it was developed in the 70s, and it was a resort community on former Spanish land grants. So it's kind of a little slice of California history with a resort style community. So the Murieta, let's show you where this is at. And now we're going to click into Rancho Murieta. So you're going to see it's it's farther to east, and it's a bit ways out of the Sacramento area. So kind of the centerpiece piece here is the Rancho Murieta Country Club. And this is a piece that offers 2 championship golf courses, tennis courts, pickleball, and they actually in Rancho Murieta have their own little airport. So let's jump in here. You can see here's the golf clubs, and they got houses. I have some buddies that live out here. So some cool little homes on the golf course. This is actually the bridge. When we were stupid and kids, we used to jump off this thing. Not the smartest idea. There's a lot of stuff down here, but we used to be not as smart as kids as we once were. Here's the Rancho Murieta Club here. And again, you can kind of see it is a very small area as far as the population goes, all really built around these golf courses here. So the shopping, you're going to be coming over here. Not a ton. You got a Bel Air. You got a little Inn and Spa, Subway. You got your Starbucks. Okay, so I mean, for all you coffee aficionados, now Murieta is a big one. Is they have the equestrian club, so they're known for the horses and the horseback ridings. You got the airport right here. You can kind of see the airport, and it's pretty much it. I mean, if you're going bigger shopping, you're probably about 15 minutes from Slough House, which is a cool another little area over here. So Slough House, you're gonna be they actually have some wineries out there. You got if we're gonna get into the travel here, so let me get my bearing. You got Jackson Road, you're gonna cruise down here. You got come into Dillard. You got the Davis Ranch here. So you can see it's out here in a lot of farmland, right? So here's the Slough House. You know, it's I don't know if you ever had Slough House corn. It's incredible. I love it. So you got some the kitchen here. You're about 15 minutes from there. And if you're going to be going more into shopping wise, you're going to want to get out here into Folsom. So Folsom Palladio, we're talking over here. So you're gonna have some travel. I mean, bottom line, you're gonna have travel. You need to come in if you want to get into Rancho, you're over here. So it's a ways out. You got north and south Rancho Murieta, large lots, custom homes, a lot of views of the hills, or like lakes. There's HOAs in these areas, 200 to 300 a month to make sure that the streets are manicured. They have community pools, a lot of private trails, a lot of retirees out here and equestrian people come out here, and they have a lot of events. It's kind of a cool little community, parades, golf tournament, wine tastings, and the schools are part of the Elk Grove Unified School District. A lot of people opt out for the private options, Sacramento Country Day School, which is 20 minutes away. Pros, you're away from everything. You're out and about. If you like horses, that's where you want to be. Very limited walkability. I mean, you saw the neighborhoods. If you go back in here, it's a very small community. But if you like being away from people, you don't like people, this could be a good place for you. Tell me what your thoughts are as Rancho Murieta landing on number 3. I'd love to know. Commutes from downtown Sacramento, gosh, I would say probably about 45 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes to Folsom. Again, it's all dependent upon traffic, things like that. But you can see you're a bit of ways out. A lot of people love it. I know a lot of folks that live out here, and it's definitely a taste for what you're looking for. So at number 3 is Rancho Murieta. And make sure too that if you have questions about Murieta, give me a shout, 916-402-5786. But also, you can download our Sacramento information guide. It's going to have all your schools, your colleges, your neighborhoods. It's free 99. I spent a lot of time making it, so don't forget to do that. All right, so number 2, perniche.com, we are at Gold River. This is a planned community known for upscale. It's a polished vibe, carries a professional appeal as well as retirees, and it's in a prime location. So Gold River is 2.7 square miles, so super compact. It's got about 7,600 residents per the survey in 2025. Median home prices are around $635,000, and they were built in the 80s as a business/residential hybrid designed for working professionals in nearby finance hubs, and it's got a suburban feel to it. It's super walkable. People rave about the trails and how, you see people walking out all the time. So let's start and let's take a look at where this is at. So we're going to be over here in Rancho currently. So Rancho's the outlier. If we hit over to Gold River, you can see here Highway 50's right here. It's right next door, literally over the bridge here to Fair Oak. So right next door to where we were earlier. And let me show you what you got here. You've got, so the shopping over here, you're going to have Starbucks in this area. You've got the banks, you got Bel Air, you have office space here. So these are the Regis buildings, at least they used to be Regis. One of my favorite restaurants, Il Fornal Classico, incredible food. They sell wine. I mean, really nice space. You've got the Mimosa House for breakfast. And then you come in here and you've got some the Gold River Sports Club, tons of tennis courts, pickleball courts, a gym. You have all these commercial spots here, and then it kind of actually goes commercial back into residential. So you can see here a lot of little areas, and look at all the green in here. You got the park over here. You got all these green areas. A lot of these areas are gated as well. So if you like gated communities, there's something in here for you. Then you're backing right up to the American River Trail. So, and the American River. So a lot of access here. You come up here, you see all the greenery. I mean, really nice developed little area. So one of the places that I like to go is right down here. And here is, Gold Country Boulevard. It runs through. You pop out at the Sacramento State Aquatic Center over here as well, the hatchery. So you have a lot of outdoor space. That's why people love it. I'm thinking if you think people who want low maintenance homes, busy professionals, families. I see a lot of families in here. You have retirees in here, because I'm going to show you some of these houses. You get a good idea. So they're all very similar, as this was, again, a master plan community. You see the likeness here. Here's Prospect Hill Drive. You have some bigger homes, and these run anywhere from 500s all the way up to over $1 million. So over here in these little gated areas, these are going to be your smaller homes in this neck of the woods. You got this executive center, and then you also have a little bit smaller homes, smaller backyards. So really depending on what you're looking for. And then you have the bigger houses on the courts with bigger yards, swimming pools, things like that. So really well grown, and they were built 80s, 90s, ranch style homes, kind of low maintenance, around the walking paths close to the American River Parkway for, biking, jogging. If you want to throw a kayak out there, you got close to Gold River. One thing here is you're going to have HOAs. Now, the HOAs actually do a really good job. They're keeping the area very pristine. 200s, 300s HOA fees, some go higher. And you're going to be in the San Juan Unified School District, Gold River Discovery Center, Earl Leggett Elementary. Cool thing is, it's a little pocket close to 50, close to the American River Parkway. Very nice little area. A lot of people rave about it. Cons, limited home variety. What I mean that is the homes are all the same. And the HOA rules. Commute, gosh, 20, maybe 30 minutes downtown via 50, 15 minutes to Rancho, 20 minutes. I mean, you go across the street, you're actually in Rancho Cordova. This is the same zip. It's called Gold River. You got 30 minutes to the 40 minutes to the airport. So it's a cool little spot. It ranks at Niche's number 2 community. So tell me what you think. Should this be number 2, or do you have some other areas in mind? According to niche.com, the number 1 suburb in Sacramento County is, you probably guessed it, Folsom. And Folsom really has it all. I mean, it's 81,000 residents across 24 square miles. Median home prices are heavier. It's $793 as of mid-2025. And niche.com loves it. It's got a suburban feel depending on area. I mean, Folsom Ranch is more the newer homes, top schools, and the mix is very diverse. You got young professionals, you've got Intel folks, you've got tech companies that their families are living there. You also have retirees, and it has a pretty rich history. So founded in 1856, think Gold Rush. That's where the old Folsom Sutter Street comes in. And then you also have the state prison and Johnny Cash, Johnny Cash Trail, Johnny Cash putting Folsom on the map. So kind of some cool history to it as well. So let's jump in and show you where Folsom's at. So from a perspective of where it was comparatively to Gold River, there's Gold River, and here is Folsom. So you could see it ranges from all over the place. So you got American River Canyon North, you got American River Canyon South, you've got the Natoma Station, Willow Creek Estates, Parkway, Briggs Ranch. You start getting in here to Empire Ranch. I mean, there's so many places here. And then coming down south, this is going to be Folsom Ranch. So jumping into the historic district, Sutter Street, it's a cool little blend of old and new. So let's dive into that. This is going to be over here. You got some cool spots like Karen's Bakery. Great little space. Let me throw this into this. And you can kind of see here. So here is Sutter Street. And as you come into Sutter Street, you're going to have the parking. This is all newer areas here. So they created this new area. In the winter time, this becomes an ice rink here, which is really cool. As you're coming down, you've got places. There's a bar down here. I mean, you've got the Smart Axe, which is axe throwing. You have eateries down here. You have salons. You have the taqueria. You got pizza place. You got Scarlett's, which is a bar. And you got the infamous Powerhouse Pub, where they do concerts. Old pub there. One of my favorite steakhouses is right here. It's a Sutter Street Steakhouse. You can see in here, kind of give you a little scroll. And the cool thing down here too is you got these houses. So if you're looking for uniqueness, these are going to run you more just because it's old Fair Oaks. But you're looking for uniqueness, depending on the house, could be a completely renovated home. But you have the old Folsom vibe down here, and you buy a house down here, you're literally walking distance because they have some cool stuff. They have festivals, they have holiday things down here, they have farmers markets down here. So a lot of opportunity. And then plus, look how close you are to Lake Natoma. I mean, this is the bridge. And I'm just going to go north up here first. So we're going to start and go north into this area. You have American River Canyon over here, right off this greenback. This would be American River Canyon South. A lot of these houses, really cool neighborhoods too. Then you're going to run into American River Canyon North. A lot of homes that are customs. You got some massive houses out here. Now, I will say this, from what I've heard and the way it feels is, you know, you're a little bit more isolated out this way because you have to drive away to get to shopping, things like that. They tried to put some shopping out here. It's now Dollar Tree. Didn't work out. There was, you know, grocery store here. So American River Canyon North, you know, higher end, beautiful area. And you see here, you got to come in here to get back into the Folsom. So the Folsom shopping district. Here's old Folsom. Probably your cheaper homes, if you would, are going to be down into this. Let's see here. Over here, over by Judah, Theodore Judah. You got Dean Way, Persifer. So it's going to be your more starter homes. And then you're going to jump into the areas over here. So off of Blue Ravine, you've got different subdivisions. You got Prairie Oaks, you've got Natomas Heights, Willow Springs. Willow Springs has one of the top schools. Just kind of anything for everyone. And then as you come down here, this is going to be the main thoroughway in this area. It is East Bidwell. And it comes down here, you go through, there's the college, you got shopping, you got more homes back here, you have Home Depot, all bunch of stores. Then you come over here to the Palladio right here where you're sitting, and you have, I don't know, everything like Lazy Dog Restaurant, Nordstrom Rack, more shopping. And then you have areas over here, here's In-N-Out Burger. And so then it crosses right here. So some of my favorite areas, depending on what you're looking for, you got Broadstone. Here's Vista del Lago High School, a very well-known high school. Great schools. Willow Creek Estates, I love that area. Briggs Ranch. The Parkway is very, very popular. And you got, comes all the way down here. Then you have the golf course. here, and then you get into, you got Empire Oaks Elementary School, and you got homes on the course, Empire Ranch. Great golf course, by the way, if you like golfing. So Empire Ranch, and you have homes throughout here. I mean, you can go, let's get back, if we get back over to here, I mean, there's some massive ones that sit here. I mean, you got luxury. I like this house. I used to see this house all the time. I actually door knocked them once. Nice people. But you have a lot of different variety here, depending on what you want. So this would be older Folsom, and then you get down here, you can't see it really, but this is Folsom Ranch. Everything's brand new. Everything's been built in the last few years. So depending on what you're looking for, Folsom's gonna have a bit of everything. And it's their schools, proximity to recreation, Folsom Lake. I mean, if you come over here, I'll show you Folsom Lake here. I mean, there's 50 miles of essentially shopping. There's Folsom Prison. Don't want to end up there. But 50 miles of shore, fishing, kayaking, boating, and there's just so many beautiful places. So this would be why number one is Folsom. Top schools, homes are great, outdoors is awesome, and you've got shopping, everything you're needing. Let me know what you think about Folsom being number one. And with that being said, let's jump into our bonus area. All right, so our bonus is going to be Carmichael. I'm gonna give you a quick overview because this is a lot of information. If you want more information on any of these places, actually just drop me a text, 916-402-5786. Happy to give you some information. Love sharing, or you can just download the guide down below. It's free. So Carmichael is about 14 square miles. Let me show you where this is at. If we're in Folsom right now, Carmichael is going to be west of Folsom, and it's pretty sneaky. Let me show you why, because it is a large area that can run home prices anywhere from a couple $1,000,000 down in this area, depending on where you're at in this area. So let's talk about it real quick. So 14 square miles, about 80,000 residents. The median home price here is about 530,000 as of September. And this was a commuter suburb that was established post World War II, and it's actually grown into a very diverse community and a lot of access to the American River. So I'll show you some of my favorite places. Ansel Hoffman Park. There's the Effie, I don't know how to pronounce the last part, Effie Nature Center. This is a really cool area. Over here as well, you got the Botanical Garden, the Jensen Botanical Garden. Over here off of Fair Oaks, you're gonna have a cool little Carmichael Park. They have the farmers markets. They have a lot of events over here at this Carmichael Park. And then as you come down here, you get into this Milagro Center, which is pretty darn good. They have some good eateries, good places to eat. And Reyes Teca, really good Mexican restaurant. And then here's that Milagro Center. They got the River City Brewing. They've got different shopping, different yogurt places. So really diverse. And the neighborhoods are really diverse too. I mean, you come down here, California Avenue. Let me give you some ideas. I would say it's kind of like a Fair Oaks. No one area is the same. So you can see the differences. These are some pretty massive estates here. Here's the Ansel Hoffman Golf Course. It is absolutely, I would say probably one of my favorites, if not my favorites in the Sacramento area. And then you're gonna come over here and you can get into this Carmichael area up here where it's great, beautiful areas, tons of parks. And here's Alito Cafe, I love that place. And Barrett Road, you've got right in here, like for instance, my mom's house is right over here off of Charleston. Heck, we might be able to even see it here. Yeah, she's right there. This house here, I don't know whose car that is, but a lot of cool neighborhoods, a lot of cool opportunities out in Carmichael, and the price is a lot better. So I'm gonna cut it short a little bit with Carmichael. Hopefully this was helpful today. Appreciate you coming by. Like the channel, smash the subscribe button, and let's get you some more information. Cheers.